I would never want acrylics up in my booty or nothing. Like, what?
Don't knock it till you try it.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I'm Mala.
I'm Diosa.
And we are Las Locatoras of Locatora Radio.
A radiophonic novela.
Which is really just a very extra way of saying a podcast.
We are sexperts,
sex enthusiasts,
and sexually active.
So we're gonna chat about the most common myths and misconceptions about sex and sexuality that Latinx folks tend to hear growing up.
Mala, what was the first one that you heard growing up?
Well, as you know, I'm a recovering Catholic.
Right, both of us are.
We both are. And something that I heard a lot about growing up was that your virginity was supposed to be saved for Jesus.
That's creepy.
And I just feel like your virginity is yours to do whatever you want with whoever you want, consensually, when you feel like it's the right time for you.
I remember that I was not allowed to use a tampon because it meant that I was no longer a virgin. If I wanted to go swimming when I was a kid, I couldn't if I had my period because I couldn't use a tampon.
I've heard that from a lot of different Latinas, that because it's like compromising your virginity somehow, which I think is very odd.
Yeah, like you only use tampons if you've had children, is what I would hear a lot too.
Use tampons if you want to, if it makes sense for you. If you're an athlete, if you're swimming, if you feel like it, they're yours to use, however you please.
The amount of people that you have been sexually involved with should be a low number. There tends to be this association that the higher the number, the lower your morals. The reality is that your body count or the amount of people that you've slept with does not determine your worth or your value.
And there's a lot of social shame placed on women who are sexually free and have sex with multiple people. We are subjected to what's called the virgin whore dichotomy. Either you're virginal and pure, or you're not, and you're a whore and impure. So that's a really big double standard, and we really want to just do away with it, debunk it.
We want to debunk.
So orgasms, important, necessary, we love them, we need them.
There's this notion that if you do not achieve an orgasm through penetration, there's something wrong with you. But actually, of women surveyed, 75% reported having orgasms through clitoral stimulation, not through penetration. So the reality is that many of us will only achieve orgasm if we're also showing the clit a little bit of love, or a lot of love actually. If you don't have an orgasm through penetration, there's nothing wrong with you.
Love thy clit. And there's all kinds of toys and products out there to help you do so.
So as we mentioned before, we are both recovering Catholics, and something that we heard a lot growing up was that if you have sex, that you are going to hell.
False. God loves hoes.
And all baddies go to heaven.
It's just facts.
Mary Magdalene, right?
Exactly.
We have a biblical scholar amongst us. A lot of Latinx folks, we don't get sex education or the sex talk at home, and many of us did not get it in school. There's this notion that you can't get pregnant if you're on your period.
You can't get pregnant if you pee after sex.
You can't get pregnant if you stand up immediately after intercourse.
You can't get pregnant if you take the morning after pill right away.
You can't get pregnant even if you use a condom. No one form of contraception is 100% effective. Even condoms run the risk of breaking, of tearing. So there's always a possibility that something can happen. And so that's why you always want to use multiple forms of birth control. Contrary to popular belief, even if you are on your period, you can still get pregnant. I mean, that sperm can find an egg and get itself in there and fertilize at any point, honestly.
Yep, cannot get an STI from giving or receiving oral sex. False. STIs are spread from skin to skin contact, which also includes oral sex.
There's a lot of different ways that STDs and STIs are transmitted. Anytime that you have a new sexual partner, you're gonna wanna go and make an appointment to get tested, just in case.
Does that kill the mood though?
Put a condom on it.
So it's a matter of being informed about your options and the type of behavior that you're comfortable engaging in and the potential risks that come with it.
Be a safe hoe. Another myth is that if you are in a committed relationship, you do not need to get tested for STIs. And that is false.
False. People cheat. People step out on their partners, things happen. It's not uncommon for people who are partnered, who are married, who have long-term relationships to contract an STD or an STI from their long-term partner. So if you're having any sex at all, it's highly recommended that you still go and get tested. Cannot trust these fools, let me just say.
I still get tested, boo. Like,
married woman, get tested.
You have acrylic nails. You can't finger anyone.
False.
False.
Clearly.
You just have to be extra careful to make sure that you are not causing any internal bleeding. If you have extra sharp nails, you can also use latex gloves or other fun things to play with.
Here's the thing. You can't just be jamming your fingers up inside of someone. Gentle. There's nothing wrong with loving and embracing your sexuality. There's nothing wrong with having sex with folks that you connect with. Consent is really important. Always keep that in mind. And as long as we're talking about consenting adults or consenting young people of the same age, then it's all good.
Yeah, and all baddies go to heaven.
All baddies go to heaven.
All right, so we are Diosa and Mala of Locatora Radio.
Thanks for rocking with us.
Besitos.
Follow like.